A fascinating new study has challenged long-held assumptions about the genetic predisposition to Alzheimer's disease, suggesting that some individuals who carry the genes associated with the disease may never develop it. This groundbreaking research raises important questions about the complex relationship between genetics and the onset of Alzheimer's, offering a hopeful perspective for those who may fear their genetic makeup dictates an inevitable cognitive decline. However, this discovery also carries a cautionary note, as it underscores the need for a deeper understanding of what truly protects some individuals and why others with similar genetic predispositions might develop the disease. The study's findings are promising, as they suggest that genetic risk factors for Alzheimer's are not a guaranteed cause of the disease. This could offer reassurance to many people who have a family history of Alzheimer's or carry the so-called Alzheimer's genes, like the APO4 allele, which has long been associated with an increased risk. The idea that individuals with these genetic markers may still live out their lives without ever experiencing the cognitive decline associated with Alzheimer's brings a sense of optimism. It challenges the fatalistic notion that those with a genetic predisposition are doomed to develop the disease, offering new hope to millions of people. This insight also points to the possibility that other, yet unidentified, factors play a role in whether someone with a genetic risk actually develops Alzheimer's. The research suggests that environmental factors, lifestyle choices, and perhaps even unknown biological mechanisms could be protective, shielding certain individuals from the onset of the disease. If this hypothesis proves true, it opens the door to new avenues of prevention, as it implies that lifestyle interventions, such as diet, exercise, or mental stimulation, might be able to mitigate the risks associated with genetic predisposition. It could lead to a paradigm shift in Alzheimer's research, where the focus moves away from simply understanding the genetic factors and turns toward identifying and amplifying these protective elements. On the other hand, this study raises an important warning. The genetic landscape of Alzheimer's is more complex than we previously thought. The idea that some people with high genetic risk factors do not develop Alzheimer's could lead to overconfidence or complacency in how we approach diagnosis and prevention. It's essential to remember that the absence of symptoms or the apparent protection in some individuals does not guarantee that the disease is avoidable for everyone. Alzheimer's is a multifactorial disease, meaning that many factors, genetic, environmental, and lifestyle-related, contribute to its onset. Just because someone with a genetic predisposition remains unaffected does not mean the same will hold true for others with similar risk factors. Moreover, the protective factors that might shield some from Alzheimer's remain largely unknown, making it difficult to create specific strategies or treatments based on this new knowledge. While the study points toward the importance of identifying these factors, the challenge lies in pinpointing them with certainty. Until we better understand what prevents Alzheimer's from developing in those who are genetically predisposed, it would be premature to rely too heavily on lifestyle changes or other interventions as a surefire way to prevent the disease. It is possible that we are only beginning to scratch the surface of the complex web of influences that determine whether or not someone will develop Alzheimer's. There is also a risk that this information could lead to confusion or misinterpretation. If people with a family history of Alzheimer's begin to feel falsely reassured by the study's findings, they may delay seeking early screening or preventive care, assuming that they are less at risk. On the other hand, individuals who do develop Alzheimer's despite lacking the usual genetic markers might feel confused or helpless, unsure of why they developed the disease despite not having the apparent genetic predisposition. This discrepancy highlights the need for continued research into the genetic, environmental, and lifestyle factors that contribute to Alzheimer's, so that we can better understand and address these nuances in a way that benefits all individuals. Despite these warnings, the study offers a great deal of optimism. It shifts our perspective on Alzheimer's from a rigidly deterministic condition based solely on genetic inheritance to a more dynamic, multifactorial disease with room for intervention and change. It emphasizes the importance of continued research into both genetic and non-genetic factors that influence the development of Alzheimer's, particularly in how lifestyle factors might serve as protective measures. Understanding the interplay between genetics and lifestyle could lead to more effective prevention strategies and potentially even treatments that target the root causes of the disease in individuals with high genetic risk. In conclusion, while this study brings hope by suggesting that Alzheimer's may not be an inevitable outcome for those genetically predisposed, It also serves as a reminder that we have much more to learn about the disease. The genetic risk factors for Alzheimer's are clearly important, but they are only one piece of the puzzle. As we move forward, it will be crucial to balance optimism with caution, recognizing the potential for prevention and intervention while continuing to explore the deeper mechanisms at play. By advancing our understanding of the protective factors that allow some people to avoid Alzheimer's despite genetic predisposition, we can begin to create a future where fewer people are affected by this devastating disease.